Hello, Jessica here with Crochet It Creations, and this is going to be take 2 on this video. I recorded the video already once today and there was no sound, so let's hope this works out. So we are working the camel stitch, and I have a couple of examples in front of me. When you're working the camel stitch, it is a half double crochet, bump the camera, excuse me. It is a half double crochet stitch that is worked in the third loop. So let's start off with this one. So the third loop is found behind the top loops. So this is an ear warmer that I'm working. It's called the Camel Stitch ear warmer. Very original, I know. It's one of my first patterns, and I'm actually rewriting it, making it where it's available for all sizes instead of just adult. It's a very easy pattern. I know I'm going to get questions about this colorway, so let's go ahead and talk about it. It is from Hobby Lobby. It is Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek. It is 100% acrylic and it's low pill yarn. The color I believe is purple green multi. It's very, very soft yarn, works up really nicely. I actually just made a video of a hat, and this is the scraps that I had left. So perfect for an ear warmer. Anyways, back to the camel stitch. So I am working the camel stitch technique. So here's your normal top loops of your half double crochet stitch. We're all very familiar with the normal top loops. That's what you normally work your stitch in. Sometimes you'll go in both loops, sometimes you'll go in back loop only, front loop only. But for the camel stitch, you work in the third loop. So I get questions, where's the third loop? What is the third loop? It is located behind these normal top loops. So if you fold it down, they're back there. So you can see there's 1, 2, 3. You can see those loops back there. So just on a half double crochet is where the stitch is located. If you have worked my on a beanie pattern, I did use a single crochet stitch and kind of worked it in the back bump or third loop of a single crochet. And that's just so that you can get this technique where you've got the top loops in front. It looks like a very nice knitted pattern. You could see where it has really pretty stretch. So if you're looking for more patterns that use the camel stitch in the round, so that's the difference between this technique versus that technique, is this is made in the round. So I have several patterns like my Anna series. It's a beanie, scarf, ear warmer, bonnet that uses the camel stitch in the round. Anyways, let's get started. So you want to work a half double crochet in that third loop. So as you can see, you don't go into the top loops, but just go into the third loop. That pushes this top loop in front, so it gives it this nice definition technique. All right, so I actually am going to work to the end of this row so that I could show you how to join as well. I figured while I'm on camera, I might as well go ahead and do that. So we're at the last stitch, as you can see how it worked across. Go ahead and join to the normal top loop that you would join to. And then in order to get a nice clean seam like you see here, I pull my slip stitch tight. So you would chain 1, work the camel stitch, and then you would have like this kind of bump where you'd see the chain 1. So instead, remove your hook, insert into the back of the stitch that you just joined to, and pull the loop to the back. And then you would chain 1, work your camel stitch across, and there you have a nice clean join. So that is how you work the camel stitch in the round. So let's talk about the camel stitch and these flat rows. So this right here, and this is where I left off from the previous video. So let's go and turn this around. So this is a gauge swatch that I worked up for my Snow Beanie pattern. So you can see this is the Snow Beanie. It's a nice beanie with a big thick brim. This pattern has been free on crochetitcreations.com for a while, and I'm revising it for all sizes as well. So I'm just kind of updating some patterns that I have available. So this is a gauge swatch that I had worked up for that. This yarn is Hobby Lobby's. I love this yarn. And so as you can see, this is the camel stitch, but it looks different when you work back and forth rows. It still has really pretty stitch definition, but you have this nice like wide gap in between each camel stitch definition, and it's the same front and same as back. So you're still going to work in the third loop. So instead of behind you, the third loop is going to be facing you because you turn on each row. So there's your top normal loops. Here's the third loop facing you. And so you still work in that third loop just like you do on that ear warmer we were working, but just a different technique since it's worked back and forth. So there's the third loop, faces you, work your half double crochet. So this technique is just used for half double crochet stitches like I mentioned earlier. And then you would chain one, turn, repeat, working the half double crochet in the third loop for the camel stitch, and that third loop faces you. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you can hear me. And if you do enjoy this video, please like and subscribe and share with your friends so I can continue making other videos. If you're looking for patterns, the camel stitch ear warmer, the Snow Beanie, they're both available on crochetitcreations.com, as well as many other free patterns. And I do have a Ravelry store and Etsy shop that has the PDF version of all these patterns. So if you're looking for a really nice printable version of each of my patterns, go check them out on Ravelry and Etsy. I will talk to you again soon. Bye.